Good morning, my dear students. My name is Palaj Vishwas, Assistant Professor, JIS College of Engineering, Kolani, and the Department of Mechanical Engineering. And today, my lecture number 13, and also discuss the process control. And a few outlines of the process controls will be here. The process control, intelligent controls, the process controls where are now advanced control for the plant floor. The what is the process controls? The process controls plays an important role in how a plant process upset can be controlled and subsequent emergency actions executed. And without adequate and reliable process controls, and unexpected process occurs cannot be monitored, controlled, and eliminated. Process controls can range from simple manual actions to computer logic controllers. The remote from the required actions point with the supplemental instrumentations, feedback systems. These systems should be designed to minimize the need to activate secondary safety device also will be here. These process principles margins allowed reliability, and the means of process controls are mechanisms of inherent safety that will influence the risk level at the facility. At a facilities also will be concentrated according to this the process controls. The basically the adequate and the reliable process cannot controls an unexpected process occurrence cannot be monitored, controlled, and eliminated also here. And another things we can see the objectives of process control is kept by process operating parameters within narrow boundaries, and also of the reference value of or step points also will be concentrated according to this the objective of this the process control. The basic of automatic control is the control loops will be found. The basically the this will be considered according to this the automatic control loop, and this will be rotate to this the automatically, and on loops will be creating during to this the control system. That's like the on control system is considered according to this the on inputs is given, and this will be goes through a process and to this the output, and basically this will be against the given the feedback system to this the input, and all things also will be concentrated according to this the automatic control loops. A control loop is for the given process must have at least one sensor, and this will be because to this the one sensor on the controllers, and this is the one sensor, at least one sensor is available, and a controller and a control element to which the results are applied also will be here. The good examples of automatic control is electric heatings of a house in a cold environment also will be concentrated. Basically, this will be the good example. What is the automatic controls in the is electrics and heatings of the house in a cold environment also you can see. A process where a single variable is controlled, and basically the a process control will be considered, then you have to concentrate few the variables, and this may be one variables, maybe two variables, and also the house in a cold environments, a process where a single variables is controlled. And intelligent controls also is concentrated. What is the intelligent controls? Intelligent control is where the CNC can change and input process control parameters. It has been given to improve the process operations, and this will be concentrated according to this the they can change an input process, that like the this will be given some this the input parameters, then you have to found to this the improve process operations. An example of a intelligent control is where the feed positions, basically the CNC you have to consider according to this the feed position, that like you have to given some feed, and also you have to obtain to this the cutting speeds will be the vary, then you have to the cutting speeds also will be vary, and then you have to concentrate according to this the intelligent control is where the feed position for final size is changed in response to a sensor measurement such as diameter gauge also will be considered. And basically this will be required to this the example of the intelligent control is where the feed positions for the final size is changed, and this will be in response to a sensor measurement such as diameter gauge will be the measurements. And another, the intelligence control implies the measurement of a parameter and the interference of a need of change another parameters. And basically the intelligent control implies the measurement of a parameters and the interference of a needs to change another parameters also will be required. The size of examples is only a simple one, and this will be required to this the example of the simple one. However, in practice, intelligent softwares can make a large difference to accuracy and the productivity of the machine, and this will be required to this the process control. However, in practice, the intelligent softwares can make a large difference to accuracy and the productivity of a machines. Accuracy and productivity depends on the selection of feeds and the speeds, and this will be concentrated according to this. The accuracy and productivity depends on the selection of feeds and speeds. The values that can be selected depend on the work materials and the dimensions and on other grinding conditions such as oil specifications also will be considered. And because the oil specification that like the good size of products also will be found during to this accuracy, and also the accuracy is found to this the up to the marks, and according to this the up to the customer satisfactions also will be concentrated according to this the as a wheel specifications also will be concentrated. It thus is to, illustrated by a typical limit charts for a cylindrical centerless grinding process. This figure is given on, and this will be given a figure just like a centerless grinding process also will be concentrated. This will be a limit chart showing the target grinding conditions for high removal rates and the acceptable quality. Acceptable quality, that means the you have to always concentrate according to this the up to the marks, and as well as the satisfied for this the customers, and this will be considered according to this the showing the high removal rates and the acceptable quality also will be concentrated. That this will be the intended rates millimeter per second is 0.1, 0.2 and the 0.3. The thermal damage limits also will be high, 0.2 to this the up to the 0.3, and the work speeds also will be here, and this will be the 30 meter per seconds also will be considered according to the chatter limits. That means the chatter will be concentrated according to this the vibrations is come from the CNC machines will be cutting to this the different type of work materials, and this will be, you can see the this instituted of this type by a typical limit charts for a plant's cylindrical centerless grinding process, and the figure will be given on. There are constraints on grinding conditions. There are the constraints on grinding conditions that may be selected, and this will be considered according to this the selected. The constraints are imposed by acceptable surface roughness and redress lives also will be considered. This will be the constraints are imposed by acceptable surface roughness also will be here, and redress lives is the there this set a constraints on the maximum power targets also will be considered. This will be the sets of the constraints on the maximum power targets. The not will be the minimum power will be the targets also will be covered. This is the you have to concentrate according to this the maximum power targets. The thermal damage limit sets maximum work speed and is acceptable, and will also tends to limited maximum in feed rates, and also just be concentrate according to the thermal damage limits sets in the maximum work speeds and is acceptable. That will also tends the limits the maximum in feed rates, and the maximum approximate maximum work speeds is often constrained by chatter, and basically the these speeds is the basically different to this the constant by a chatter. Basically the chatter is comes from to this the vibrations, and also and the due to this the vibration on chatters will be found to this the for this the maximum walk speed is often constant by a chatter, and approximately optimum set of grinding conditions for this grinding operations is shown as the targets where the operations takes place at the target power, and will remove from this the chatter limits, and that thermal damage limits also will be concentrated according to this the targets where the operations takes place at the target power, and this is the on target power will be here, and the oil removed from the chatter limits and the thermal damage limits also will be concentrated. So you can see this the figure. The chatter will be chatter limits will be the fixed, and also the power roughness on the dress lives limit is given to the 60 meter per second, and the walk speed is the meter per second also will be concentrated for this the thermal damage limits. And you can see the renewal rates and the acceptable quality materials AI SI AI is on 055, while the WA60 MBRC works diameters is the 50 millimeter, and grinding width is the 65 millimeters also will be concentrated. According to this, the removal from the chatter and limits and the thermal damage limits also will be here. And the process controls, where are units, and the where are units to this the process control. The initial steps in process control as with the scores are showing the earlier, and basically this will be the process controls. This will be concentrated according to this the initial steps in process control as with the score charts shown earlier. This is the self assessment exercise to consider to allow a site to benchmark their current status also will be considered according to this. This will be the initials the control as with the scores are shown the earlier. This is the self assessment exercise to allow a site to benchmark their current status. This will set the sense of our planning's improvements in the area of process controls also will be here. The process control is all about using the best available process control. The process control is all about using the best available controls techniques for the machinery, and process controls also will be here. The range of control techniques has improved dramatically in the recent past, and the site that are not taking advantage also the improvement will initiatively be insufficient in their use of energy. Improved the process controls allow the better turnings of equipments to produce the required output at the least possible cost. And the process control is not an optimal extra. And another things, it is the fundamental requirements the completing this chart also the process control. Basically this change of this the control technique has improved dramatically in the recent past, and the site that are not taking advantage of these improvements will in a visually by inefficiency in their use of emergency energy. Improves process controls allow better turnings of equipments to produce the required outputs at the least possible cost. The process control is not an optimal extra also will be here. It is a fundamental requirements also there. The completing the chart, the chart is the completing, this chart is complete and assessed as for those presents previously also will be here. You have to give in to this the on charts. This is the process control. The on will be here. The 0, on, 2, 3 and 4 will be concentrated. The funding, plant, training, management and the projects knowledge also will be concentrated according to this the process controls. This will be the label management and the knowledge projects funding, and the plant trainings also will be concentrated according to this the this is the comes from this the 4 from the figure. This will be the management. The management is the come the from this the process controls. This is the process control improvements. Policy has top management, top management the commitments as per the improvements strategy. Also this will be the management also will be concentrated according to this the process control improvements. Policy has top management, and this will be concentrated according to this the top management, and this will be required to this the commitment as part of the improvement strategy also will be here. And the second is the knowledge also will be required to this the top managements and the management. The benefit or the fourth, the benefit of process control improvements are appreciated and supported at top management levels also will be here. This will be basically the knowledge will be required during to this the top management, and this will be concentrated according to the benefit of process controls, and this will be improvements are appreciated, and this will be the improvements are appreciated, supported at top management levels also will be here. And another will be required to this the projects. The benefits analysis carried out. The benefits analysis the carried out frequently and regularly update and also the profits opportunities identified costed at the ready to procedures also will be concentrated according to this the top management. This will be the projects. The benefit analysis carried out the frequently and regularly updates, and this will be required for this the top management. And sometimes we have to require to this the opportunities, and this will be identifies the costed and ready to process also will be here. That this will be for the top management. And another things, the fundings also will be concentrated according to this the managements at the process controls on this the level 4. And the improvements project in company competes equally with other investments also. The account is taken of benefits with no direct cost. Returns is the environmental also will be concentrated according to this the fundings. This will be the top management also will be considered according to the improvement projects competence quality equally with other investments also will be here. The accounts is taken of benefits with no direct cost, and this will be no direct cost return. It is the environmentals also will be concentrated according to this will be the plant. This is the consider for this the plant. Majority plant incorporates a best practice process control correctly in the commissions and well maintained problems the rectified quality also will be required for this the plant as is the top management. This is the basically the majority of plants incorporates best practice, and the incorporate best practice process controls correctly commissions and well maintained problems rectified quality also will be concentrated according to this the plant. And the trainings also will be given. The trainings provides for all technical and operating staffs also will be here for this the training. This will be concentrated according to this the top management. This is like the provides for this the all technical and the operating staffs for this the top management is that like the number of the 4 from this the figure. This is the process control chart. And another thing, the number 3 will be concentrated according to this. The 3 is concentrate the level. This is the 3. And the management process control improvement policy available with senior management and the responsible. Then this will be the improvements policy available with the senior management's responsible also. This will be concentrated according to this the number 3. And this is the knowledge is coming from the knowledge is the senior management supported present for process controls improvements also will be concentrated according to this the knowledge from this the level number 3. And this will be comes from this the senior the management's responsibilities also will be here. This will be given some support presence for this the process controls improvements also will be this process controls, and also give some knowledge during to this senior management's responsibilities. Another is the projects also will become the experienced staffs or the consultants conducts. Basically this will be the experienced staff or the consultants and the conducts process control improvement survey of plants most likely to yield largest surveying also will be concentrated according to this the project of this the number of 3. And this will be concentrated according to this the diagram of this the 0 from this the process controls will be find that this will be the management's training plan, and the funding projects knowledge also will be concentrated according to this the level of this the 0 1 2 3 4 will be concentrated according to this the level of this the 3. This will be concentrated according to this the projects. The experienced staff or the consultants conducts process control improvement survey of plant most likely to the yield is largest savings also will be concentrated, and also refer to this the funding of this the projects compared for this the capital fundings with other business opportunities, but have to meet steeper investments, and returns also will be concentrated according to this funding. This fundings will be much more essential for any type of projects, and also the any type of control charts will be concentrated according to this the funding. Without funding, your projects cannot be run to this and also cannot be survive of this. For this the projects compared for this the capital fundings with other business opportunities, but have to meet steeper investments in returns also will be concentrated according to. And the plan, the some more advanced some more advanced control systems and actions taken for most problems identified also will be here to the plants, and this will be advanced control systems and actions taken most problems identified also will be here, and another will be the trainings, and this will be concentrated according to this some controls awareness and process controls improvements trainings for staff also will be here to this the level number 3, and another things also will be concentrate according to this the level number 2, the process control improvements policy policies set by a local management also will be here. This will be concentrate according to this the local management. That means the first is the top management, second to is the senior management, and also this considered according to this the improvements set by this local management also. Thus, these local managements considered according to this the some knowledge will be here. The middle management is the responsible for process control improvements also will be concentrated according to this the knowledge is given for this the middle management here, and the another things will be required to this projects the infrequent monitorings to identify possible savings also will be required for these projects, and this will be depends on this project cost, and also this will be concentrated according to this the middle management, like the improvement policy set by this the local management also will be concentrated according to this the infrequent monitoring to identify possible savings also will be there. Another things will be concentrated for this the funding for the local management, that like the control improvements are only considered with by paybacks of the 6 month or less also here. This will be considered according to this the funding, that means the control improvements are only considered with the paybacks of the 6 month or less you can hear, and the another things will be the plant layout also will be considered for this the control systems are simple but well maintained process also will be required for this the plant, and this will be considered for this the local managements also, and this the local managements control systems are simply by the well maintained, and this like we are required for this the training. The technical staff developments is mainly via process professions via professional and the technical journals also. This will be concentrated according to this the trainings, this like the technical staffs and also the developments is mainly via professionals and the technical journals concentration also will be there, and the another things will be concentrated on the level number 1, that like the control improvement is a part-time responsibility for someone with limited authority and influence also here. That is like the a few part-time responsibility will be given for this authority and the influence also here, and this will be limited in house knowledge or knowledge of process controls also will be here. That like the limited in house knowledge of process controls is given for the level number 1, and another things will be here that this is the survey of process controls effectiveness are rarely made by this process control. This will be the surveys of process control effectiveness are rarely made, and another things will be the fundings will be concentrated the revenue fundings only on low risk projects with the short term returns also will be concentrated for this the revenue of the level ons will be concentrated the low risk projects within the short term returns, and another things that this will be required for this the plant the control systems not based for the efficient operations. The budget limits the restricted improvements also will be here. That's like the control systems not based for the efficient operations, budgets limits restriction improvements also will be here, and another things will be concentrated for this the training, that like the level on the few staffs have knowledge of process controls to request to this the techniques also, and the training also will be required. The another is things also will be considered according to this the zero level, that likes the management no policy or the delays delegations of responsibilities for the improvement also will be concentrated according to this the management, just like this will be the zero levels, there is the no policy or the delegations of the responsibility for the improvement also will be concentrated according to this the knowledge of this, that this will be no in-house expertise in controls also will be concentrated according to this the knowledge, that like there is the in-house expertise will be required. There is the no in-house expertise is here, just like the control contracted out maintenance also will be there, and the projects will be considered according to no resource available to identify just like the profit opportunities also will be considered according to this the projects. Now according to this projects, there is a no resource availability to identify profits opportunities also will be here. The fundings also will be concentrated for this the no funding for process control improvements also here for this the level number 0, and the plants also will be concentrated for this the breakdown maintenance only. That like the these plants will be the concentrated for this the breakdowns, and that like the maintenance only will be considered according to this the level 0. And the another things will be here, that like the level 0, that like the trainings, the no training available for staffs in process controls also will be concentrated for this the training. There is a the no training, that like the this is the 0 level, and for this the, there is the no necessity of this the training, and also there is the no training available for staffs in process control, that like the only to this the systems will be done during to this the 0 level of this managements and knowledge for projects, funds, plants, and the trainings also will be concentrated according to this the 0 level. And another thing is the advantage control for the plant floats, and that like the advanced process controls APC is a mature body of engineering technology, and that like the advanced process control matured by a engineering technology body. It evaluations closely mirrored that basically this evaluation closely mirrors that of the digital computers, and the modern microprocessors also will be concentrated according to this. This chapter tracks the history of the developments of process controls and the advanced process controls and the related applied engineering technologies, and discusses that the region that industries have encounters difficulties also will be here, and it presents some recommendations to improvements. The likelihood of the successful APC projects implementations, and makes some predictions about the future directions of the technology is the concentrate. And another thing that this will be the, in addition, the need for process controls is discussed. A process distributions is a change in any variable, that are the this will be required to this the any variable, that like the input data, and also the through this process you have to concentrate according to some variables also will be there, and this change in any variable that affects the flow of heat and the heat or materials in the process. One can further categories disturbance in two ways also will be concentrated: by time horizon and by time horizon and by measurability. Some disturbance occurs slowly over a period of weeks, months, or a years. This will be concentrated here, and an example of this type of disturbance, and the disturbance just like the heat exchanger, the foiling automatic process control was not developed to address long time horizon disturbance also will be concentrated. Basically, this will be the few disturbance also will be here, just like the heat exchanger foundings. The automatical process control was not developed to address long time horizon distributions also will be here. The another purpose of process controls, and the which purpose these process controls also will be used. The process control is the organizations of activities with the process with the purpose of the on is the maintaining certain variables of a purpose of a process, that like the such as the temperature, pressure, concentrations, flow rates, etc. also will be here to this the purpose of this the process within a specified limits also here, or the to the changing said variables, and changing said variables, that like to the according to a present programs also will be here. The activities of type A are the called regulations activities also. Those of types 2 are servo activities also will be concentrated according to this. And we have to record for this some objectives of process control. The main objective of this the process controls are the process control are among others to be considered according to this, to enhance the reliability of the process this will be enhance the reliability of the process and to improve process safety, and this will be to improve process safety also will be here, to increase production also. This will be required for this the increase to this the production. Either your process control not will be validations also, this will be the value is come from this the production industry. That like the increased productions to reduce the product populations, reduce the proportions of productions with units with do not meet the specifications also will be here, to improve process economics, and by reducing production cost. The concept of control is not limited to industrial process. Any process, be it a biological, social, economical, political, or the military also will be here. The usually features some sort or control mechanisms also is found during to this system. That's like the economical, political, or the military, and another things usually features some sort or of control mechanisms will be concentrated. And another thing, the control may be manuals or automatics. This will be maybe manual, that's like the sometimes the automatic, and the pure the automations industry also this will be concentrated for this the automatics control by this the system, and there is the no manual control procedures will be done. And however the delays exclusively with the automatic process controls also will be here. The another things also will be concentrated for this the control strategy. During to this the process control, you have to some strategy also will be here. The process control aims to ensure that process variability is controls within the specifically defined boundaries, and derives from the current products and the process understandings to also here to guarantee quality of the products also will be here. At a minimum, the process control strategy should address the monitorings and control of critical process parameters here. These are parameters whose the variability have a direct impacts on the physical, chemicals, biological, or microbiological property of characteristics of the products will be concentrated according to this. These characteristics are more firmly the termed as a critical quality attributes. The critical quality attributes and the critical quality attributes should be within and the appropriate limits, range or distributions to ensure the desired product quality also. And this will be the control strategy can also encompass materials analysis also will be here, the equipments and facilities monitoring in process controls, and the process control and the finished products specifications also will be required for this. It should even cover the descriptions of associated methods and the frequency of monitorings and controls also will be there. That's like the you have to require for this the monitorings in process controls, and the finished products of specifications also will be required during to this the maintain for this the analysis of this control of this strategy. It should even cover the descriptions of associated methods and frequency of monitorings and control systems also will be there. And the next class we can discuss the control charts. Okay, thank you friends.